come one, come all to the 405 check-in. So, we're checking in at 405. It feels good to say that. I think this will be the first episode removed from the Groin Rehab Series, because I'm actually going to do a moderate and a heavy night now. Tonight will be the moderate, because I've had, I think, 4 or 5 good sessions in a row, going 10 kilos or 20 pounds or so each time. So tonight, I'm going to drop back a bit, but I'll do a few more reps. And then that way, hopefully the next night, I can cut it to maybe a triples range or something around that area. And that way we can go a little heavier again than the previous 5s day. And then I'll be on a path then for figuring out what's on the go. Woo! Okay. So just one here, as per usual. And then we will most likely get started from there. And another decent session. Of course, I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Might have been 5 sessions. I think it was 4 that I went up and then came back down a little bit more reps, a little slower. And, tonight I'll go for the next night I'll go for some 3s. Just head over some extensions. Just gonna 1 set and that's it. Because, we're still coming back here. But I will show the bar. I've been in a habit of that lately. From going front on. So there we go. 4 plates in the 25. 4 Swifty 5. Let's see if I can get this sorted to the largest range of motion. Yeah, so that should be good. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll bang out a couple sets of these, and that'll be it for tonight. Just blasting through again, just accumulating some good workouts, as opposed to a ton of sets in each session. Just going in at the power, assessing it, and again, adductor feeling it less and less each time. So I'd say I might get it worked on. Myofascial release probably 1 more time, and that should be it then, I would say. And then I'll just be moving on as normal from there, I would say. So, let's keep her going here with these. I think the seat's back a bit far, but it's okay. Trying to go a little bit slow on the eccentric. Yep. I'll bust out another one of those, and then that'll be it for your boy tonight. So stick around, stay tuned, and stay locked in. Last set, folks, from a whole new angle. So let's see if we can, I was going to say pump it up, let's see if we can keep it pumped there. Another session done and dusted. I still got the old crossbody on because I've got to stop at my local grocer over here. Is this focused on me? Hopefully that's good. I've got to stop at my local grocer here and get some Greek yogurt. Got to have the Greek yogurt for the mornings before work, or the first little hour or so at work. Like to have that with some protein oats or protein granola, something of the sort. But one thing I did want to highlight first is 3 positives. And this is not just for me coming back with the legs or anything else. It's just for everybody. So 3 positives, 3 things I would like to highlight tonight is positive thoughts. If you're thinking positive thoughts, you're a lot more likely to have better lifts, body recover more. You know, you're not holding on to any cortisol in the system, or any stress or any negativity would raise the cortisol, right? So at least you'd be lowering it. Not to say you won't hold on to any, but you know, that can be more beneficial for you. And then speaking out loud positive about yourself. I know sometimes you'll hear me say some things to myself before a set starts, which I don't even realize I'm doing, but I am almost glad to see it afterwards. Aside from the fact that you know, at first you might think, oh geez, I sound a little bit silly, but you're not screaming it, you're not bothering anybody else. Just say it to yourself and take it with you. And then the other thing is positivity about others. Not to be all rah 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 buddy buddy, but if you got good things to say about other people in other areas, in other things in life, then I feel like that mirrors and bounces back to you. You know what I mean? It's a good karma thing, if nothing else. So it makes me think about in the jungle. You know, there's so many different animals in the jungle, and you've all heard that story about the lion and the jackals, and the jackals are nipping at his heels, and he kind of lets it go on, and then eventually he turns and snaps, and he tears all the jackals to shreds. And if you've heard that, what I gotta say is there's many different animals in the wild. All right, so you don't have to be a lion. Not everybody can be, but you don't have to be a jackal either. And I think as long as you're not a jackal, I think whatever animal you choose will be much better off. Because you don't want to be nitpicky at others and you know, trying to nip at other people's heels when you could just go through the safari of your own. You know, go through the pasture, go through the woods, water, whatever type of animal or amphibian you are, and enjoy yourself. There's plenty of animals going about their way, doing their thing with many different traits. You know, I know people think of the ferocity, the ferociousness of a lion. However, think of the speed of a cheetah. Think of the power of a hippopotamus. You know, there's so many things. So if you're 6'4" and a $170, you know what? You might not be able to squat 500, but you can probably dunk a basketball, or you might be a great swimmer. So, you know, I know this is a gym fitness channel and you're trying to get better in fitness. Just remember your own self. Get better than you were yesterday, like I wrote in the description of the last video. And that's all you can do. So as much as you're trying to better yourself, probably with weights, if you're watching this, keep in mind, hey, I'm still good at basketball, or hey, I'm still good at swimming, or hey, I'm still good at making music, or whatever it is, because you got to have them positive thoughts even when you're doing other things. So, you know, you don't want to project any negativity from your own self or onto other people, right? So, you know, you don't want to be, don't be a jackal, is all I'm saying, all right? Don't be nipping at anybody else's heels. So, you know, whatever animal you are, if you're 5'6", maybe you're more likely to put on muscle. And a lot of people say, oh, I'm too tall. But, you know, maybe the 5'6" guy can bench 4 plates, and maybe, you know, the 6'4" guy that I mentioned, the one guy can't grab something on the top shelf at the grocery store. So there's advantages and disadvantages to everything. You know, just because you're in one realm doesn't make you any better than anyone else in something else. But just focus on your own self in your own lane. You know, just improve your own self. It's just us against us, in terms of you against you, is what I should say. Just trying to better your own self. You know, whether that's dunking with one hand one day, with 2 hands, and you go to reverse, maybe you make it up to between the legs. Or you start off 1 plate, 2 plates, make it up to 3 plates and a bench. You know, there's different, I look at everything from an athletic standpoint, so there's different variables and measurements of athleticism. So if you're into fitness, you're watching this, maybe you're young, and maybe you're not, maybe you're just getting into it. However, try to focus on some strength, some power, some speed, you know, agility, anything you can across all the 5 components of fitness, and flexibility, cardiovascular. You want to touch base on everything. Now, if you want to be a specialist, that's totally something different. If you want to be an elite powerlifter, elite bodybuilder, then there's a lot of other things you got to cut out to be so good in that realm and to excel specifically in that. So, you know, that's why you'll see the best powerlifters aren't playing rec hockey, or they're not playing volleyball 2 weeks before a big meet, or, you know, a bodybuilder's not snowboarding a week before the meet, or a week before the show, I guess you'd say. So, you know, just, you know, it's a give and take in certain things, and you can be a mile deep in an inch or an inch deep in a mile, you know. But the main thing is, it's just positivity strives on, whether you like it or not, you know. So I don't think but yeah, anyways, keep her going. Another great session, boys, girls, everything's fun. We'll be back again for back tomorrow. Nice solo back session on his own, and then it'll be a nice few days rest, and we'll be back for bench then after that. So we'll come back for back, a few days rest, bench. I gotta head in there, get some Greek yogurt, take care inside the body and out. And speaking of being out, I'm out. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive, stay frosty. See you next time.